Hi, I'm Juliana Johnston Centuria, and this is Jonathan.
Hi.
Hi, and we're working on lesson 13 in our book Alphabet Quest. So grab your books and a pencil, and we'll get started. So Jonathan, listen to this word and tell me what the new sound is this week. Mezuzah.
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 What's the new sound?
Z.
Z, like a Z, right? The Z. I think that kind of sounds like a bee buzzing. Does that sound like that to you? Right, so it's like Z. And maybe your Z even makes the shape of the letter Z. What do you think about that? Does that help you remember it?
Like, sort of.
Okay, okay. Maybe some of our class will come up with an idea too, but I kind of like the buzz of a bee. So mezuzah is what is that again? How do you say it when we say it in English?
Mezuzah.
Right, just like mezuzah. So
I say mezuzah.
what is that again?
It's the thing that holds the shamash that you put on your door.
It holds the shema. Yeah, that's why it often has a little.
One on our door.
Yeah, we have one on our front door and back door. There's one on our classroom door. I think you guys all made one in your second grade classes too. Maybe out of a little matchbook. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, but let's get back to the lesson.
Okay, let's focus on the lesson. Okay, so Z. Just that Z sound is the new sound, which is great. And then the other thing that's new in this chapter, let's show the Z, the Zayin. Zayin. There it is. Okay, and so that's just the Hebrew Z. Let's show them how to write it in the air real fast, okay? Okay, so I'll go do lefty, you do right. So it's you do your top line at a diagonal, and then one down. Top line, one down. Try it at home too. Top line, one down. So do you know how you can tell it's the Zayin? It's the diagonal, that little diagonal line there that tells you. And I forgot to mention we have a special guest camera woman today, Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
Thanks for filling in. Okay, so the other thing that we're showing in this chapter are some more ways that we use the shva. Let's show them what the shva is.
Dramatic appearance.
Okay, remember these two dots that go up and down like this? That's called the shva. And shva is the one that I put on white paper and I put it underneath the phone on the wall.
I think the paper looks a little more gray.
You think it looks kind of gray? Okay, well, I'm having trouble with that whole gray thing. We're going to have to go look for construction paper that's really
no,
gray.
The gray looks gray, but
the white...
the white looks gray.
All right, well, we'll get a clean sheet of paper. So the point is, though, it's so different than the other nukudot, the other markings, that I put it off by the phone, right? And because there's a whole bunch of rules that we're going to be learning about shva. Do you remember at all what we know about shva so far? We really only know one thing.
It means something like stop.
Oh, well, you're remembering that the way we've learned shva so far is when it's in the middle of the word, it's usually just ending a syllable, like a stop sign, and you don't hear it at all. Like in Havdalah, you don't hear it at all, right? But we're going to learn in this chapter, and we're going to work on this in class too, that there's a couple of times that we do hear the shva, and when we hear it, we call it a go shva. So there's a stop shva and a go shva. I know, it's kind of silly, but we'll practice words and we'll think about whether it's a go or a stop. But one thing we can learn right off the bat about shva that I want to show everybody in the video right now is in this word. This is a word that's related to the Rosh Hashanah. Do you want to try?
Something.
That's a dangle, so it's a... Dvash.
Honey, right?
That's honey, exactly. Tapuach u dvash. So this is dvash. It's not da. So you can hear a little bit of the shva though. So listen to me say it. Dvash.
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 Try it at home too, right? Dvash.
It's not Dvash.
It's not Davash or Devash
Or Duvash.
or Duvash.
Or Devash.
Right, it's none of those. It's just Dvash.
I think Devash sounds kind of good.
It does sound funny. So that little shva, you do kind of hear it, don't you? Dvash. It's like the tiniest little sound. Other Hebrew words we're going to be learning that use this. It's just you give it the tiniest little sound, so that what it's saying is hurry up and get on to the next letter. So that's why we call it a go shva. You hear it, but it's telling you to hurry up and move on. So it's just dvash. Okay? So here's another one, a word that you might already know. And this is one of the newer letters that we've learned. Do you want to try to read this one? I want to show the camera too. Good. Kahila. Kahila.
Again, there's the little
You hear that little sound at the beginning. So it's not kahila, it's just kahila.
Kahila.
Very nice. So we're going to practice with these words and others at our class, okay? So we won't spend much more time on that. But we're going to learn about 5 or 6 different rules about shva. And so this is just the second one. We'll talk about another rule in class. But right now, what I'd love everybody to do at home is to take a minute on page 62 and get out your pencils and try writing the new letter and try writing the new words. Oh, we skipped the other word. We know what a mezuzah is, but what about this one? This gets at a third rule for shva. Do you want to try to pronounce it?
Hallelujah.
Well, when we say it in English, we would say hallelujah, right? How do you think you might say it in Hebrew, though? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's almost...
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's kind of a tongue twister, isn't it? But
Hallelujah.
there is that little tiny shva sound in there. And do you know why? It's because there's a double letter. 2 lameds in a row. So to be able to tell that there's another lamed there, you make the little l. So it's hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We'll practice that one
Get
more
it?
in class, but it's tricky, isn't it? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So you hear that little l in the
Can't get
middle.
it.
I know, that's okay. We'll keep working on it, but you hear the little l in there, right? Because so we hear that shva. Okay, so everyone at home is going to work on writing those just for a second. So we'll just pause. You can just put us on pause and we'll wait for you. Hi, we're back. So I want to ask you to look at page 63 in your books, and you'll see a stop sign and then a go green circle like in a stoplight, and they're talking about shva, just like I mentioned earlier in the video, stop and go. And so when it's a go shva, you hear that tiny sound, and when it's a stop sign, you don't hear it at all, okay? And so I'm going to ask everybody to do that whole page and just take a minute to kind of sort those words by which kind it is. And thinking of it as like the stop and go, it's just going to help you in pronouncing words, okay? And then the other exercise I'd like everybody to do as part of your homework would be on page 62, the bottom, where you're looking for words that rhyme, exactly. So we'll see you on Sunday in class, and I hope that if the video game's working for you, you'll do some of the Lesson 13 video games as well. And so we'll say shalom,
Lahitra.
lahitraot.